Yellowstone supervolcano. Recent research shows the carnage that geologists have found at a pressure cooker-like Yellowstone Lake. Yellowstone is one of the 20 some odd supervolcanoes found across the world. It's situated at the northwest corner of Wyoming, overlapping into Montana and Idaho. It has 60% of the world's geysers, and the volcano experts have now exposed the extreme environment of Yellowstone Lake after a year-long monitoring experiment on the lake's floor. Now, this park covers 3,500 square miles over the ancient volcanic hotspot of the supervolcano. The last super eruption happened at the caldera 640,000 years ago, and the caldera was created during a cataclysmic eruption that was preceded by two more huge volcanic blasts, 1.3 million years ago and 2.1 million years ago. It also had a lava eruption 70,000 years ago and another 80 eruptions since then. Kindly support my Patreon channel because YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. I'll be uploading at least 5 videos every day. These videos are different from the videos I have on my regular YouTube channel. Please find the link to my Patreon channel in the description box below each video. Thank you for your support. The magma chamber of Yellowstone is fed by a magma reservoir, a huge magma reservoir. Some geologists believe extend to the border of Mexico, and they found that it was huge because of the fact that Yellowstone emits 45,000 tons of carbon dioxide every single day. When they examined the amount of carbon dioxide emitted from the supervolcano of Yellowstone, that's how they understood that there was a huge magma reservoir feeding the magma chamber. This is the lake, and you'll see that the caldera has the lake at the southeastern part of the caldera, as you see there. Tremendous amount of geysers, 60% of the world's geysers, as we said. Now, the area here has up to 3,000 earthquakes every year, and that's normal activity from what the geologists at the USGS tell us. More than 3 years ago, in August of 2017, a team of researchers from the University of Minnesota used a number of autonomous sensors to examine the Yellowstone Lake bottom. Now, the mission lasted until August 2018, and they saw the sensors surviving scorching temperatures, high pressures, and acidic waters, and also as well as possible hydrothermal explosions under the water of the lake. Now, we know that the geologists told us that even the wind, a breeze blowing on the surface of the lake could create an earthquake, because that's how sensitive the roof of the magma chamber is. The lake sits on top of the roof of the magma chamber of the caldera, which is the roof of the magma chamber is 3 miles down. So if you're visiting Yellowstone and you're walking on the ground there, 3 miles down is the roof of the magma chamber. Now, this mission from the University of Minnesota lasted until August 2018, and they saw the sensors survive scorching temperatures and possible hydrothermal explosions. Scientists now presented their findings describing some of the surprising discoveries that they found in the lake. Their study was published in the Journal of Volcanology and Geothermal Research. And 2 of the researcher sensors were deployed at the lake's deepest part, an area known as the Deep Hole. And there, the titanium-covered instruments were placed above the hydrothermal vents, where unusually hot water temperatures hit up to 302 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's 3 times the temperature of boiling point. Now, Chen Wan Tan, Andrew Fowler, and William Seafried from the University of Minnesota linked the bottom of Yellowstone Lake to a pressure cooker. The researchers wrote in the U.S. Geological Survey Caldera Chronicle column, "The vent fluids formed where hot streams push through the clay on the lake floor and then mixes with cold water of the lake. The location is much like the steam-fed fumaroles of the mud volcano area of Yellowstone National Park, but higher temperatures are reached at the lake floor because of the weight of the overlying water of the lake, acting like a pressure cooker that raises the boiling point at the steam vents. Now, we all know what a pressure cooker is. You create pressure in order for the boiling point to go lower down, and the food cooks faster. Now, surprisingly, here in Yellowstone, at each vent, the remote sensors detected different temperatures when compared to thermal loggers which were placed deeper into the vents. In one vent, temperatures remained steady throughout the study, and in other areas, they plummeted for months on end before picking up again. In Vent A, temperatures recorded by the thermal logger were found to be more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit, higher than the sensor positioned higher up. And researchers, of course, said, more surprising, the PVC encased battery and electronics placed in cold water lake over 3 feet from the vent and buried only 3 to 5 centimeters, about an inch, in sediment were thermally deformed. The PVC was partially melted. The outcome revealed that extreme environments where high temperatures in the lake sediment are more widely distributed than previously thought, and now at location B, the chemical sensor had been dislodged from the vent and submerged at about 20 centimeters of that sediment, and despite the carnage there, successful chemical measurements were taken for several months. The dislocation of the sensor most likely occurred during the slumping of the sediment, and it may have been triggered by small hydrothermal explosions, which are frequently occurring in Yellowstone's geyser basins. The geologists speculate that same explosions take place on the lake floor. Alternatively, the slump may have been caused by seismic activity in the area. Now, we know that in March of last year, we had the 6.5 earthquake in Idaho, about 90 miles, 100 miles west of Yellowstone. And from what Michael Poland told us, who is the geologist in charge of Yellowstone, that earthquake may have somehow had an effect on the plumbing system of Yellowstone. Not the lava or the magma, but the plumbing system, he says. So obviously, and also we had the 2 weeks before that, we had the 5.7 of Salt Lake, Utah, and that was just south of Yellowstone. So these two big earthquakes that took place last March obviously shook Yellowstone quite strongly. Now, from what the researcher said, whereas the cause of the slumping is speculative, identification of extreme temperatures were mere centimeters beneath the lake floor, and the tortured journey of the two robust sensors packages are a testament to the dynamic and extreme environment beneath Yellowstone Lake. Of course, underwater they can't really tell what's going on, but there are underwater geysers. Now, he says we are excited to continue exploring this dynamic landscape, a setting that is every bit as wondrous as the geyser basins that are enjoyed by millions of visitors every year. And this is by Express UK, Sebastian Ketley. Now, I remember one vacation we took to the volcanic island of the Aegean Sea in Greece, the volcanic island Nisyros. It's a volcano, basically. It has a geothermal plant there. It has magma, obviously, underneath. And it's strange because we used to go swimming in the beaches around there, and you would see bubbles coming out from the under the sea, under your feet. There were bubbles coming up, and when you stand around them, some areas were hot water coming out, other areas were cold water coming out. And also the other strange thing is that the cows were drinking the seawater and when you came out from swimming in the sea, you had no salt water on you. It's as if you came out of a bath. There was no salt on your skin, or very little salt. And that's why the cows were drinking the water. Now we know that volcanoes do very wonderful stuff. One of the things they do is they also had hot springs baths there from antiquity, from thousands of years ago. In the volcanic island of Nitsiros, they have hot spring baths. They used to come from ancient Egypt to go to the hot spring baths of Nitsiros. So, yeah, volcanoes also recycle water. They recycle water, and a lot of this water comes out clean. Other water does not come out clean. It may be acidic or poisonous, toxic. For example, some of the geysers coming out of Yellowstone have mercury coming out, and a lot of these geyser waters empty into Hebgen Lake. Unfortunately, a lot of people, there's a lot of hotels around the coast of Hebgen Lake. People go there and they fish, and they come out with these trouts from Hebgen Lake, but they're full of mercury. So you have to be careful not to eat those fish because of the geyser water being very rich and heavy with toxic mercury. So, okay, I just wanted you to know that, yeah, there is geysers underneath the sea. It's just that you can't see them. So this is what's taking place in Yellowstone Lake, and this is something that they just started examining, I guess. So please leave your comments. I hope you enjoyed this. This is they have over 10,000 hydrothermal areas in Yellowstone, and they're still researching a lot of this area. There are changes taking place. The place is deforming. New geysers are becoming more active. Other geysers are dropping in activity. So they have a lot of work to do. Anyway, thank you for your support. Please leave your comments. Thank you.